Hi, my name is Alan from LMB Property. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about what are the retirement housing options in Singapore. As I previously mentioned, Singapore is going to be a super aging society in the next few decades. 1 in 4 Singaporeans will be above 65 years old by 2030. This is only 6 years down the road. What housing options are there for our seniors? Should they age at home or should they move to a nursing home? Should they downgrade from their current HDB flat or private property and move to a smaller flat? What about private retirement villages? Is there an alternative for the man on the street? Without further ado, let's go into retirement housing options for our seniors. This is just a quick recap for those who are new to this channel and might have missed out on my earlier video on an aging population and its impact on property prices. Here, let's go to the Property in Brief 2024, published by various government agencies. In this first chart, the proportion of our citizen population aged 65 years and above is rising at a faster pace compared to the last decade. Large cohort of baby boomers have begun entering the post-65 age range. In the next chart, the median age of the citizen population rose from 43 years to 43.4 years between June 2023 and June 2024. But when we look at the numbers a decade ago, it was only 40.4 years. This means our middle class is also aging. In June 2024, 60.4% of citizens were aged 20 to 64 years. This proportion decreased from 64.8% in 2014. Conversely, the proportion of citizens aged 65 and above increased from 12.4% in 2014 to 19.9% in 2024. By 2030, around 1 in 4 citizens, or 24.1%, will be aged 65 and above. That is why, if you have noticed, you see more seniors around us today. In this last chart, the number of citizens aged 80 and above also increased by about 65%, from 85,000 in 2014 to 142,000 in 2024. Wow, this is a huge spike. In another decade, what will this number be? This is very daunting, brothers and sisters. Let's go to Singapore's first and only retirement village that is available for sale to the general public. In this Today article, it read, all 281 units of the Hill Fort sold out on the first day. Touted as the Republic's first retirement resort, apartments at the 281 units the Hill Fort sold out yesterday on its first day of sales due to overwhelming demand, not only from senior citizens, but from investors shopping for shoebox apartments. Buyers are attracted to owning a private apartment in a prime location at relatively low prices, as well as the novelty of the project. In the article, it also mentioned that among the hundreds of property hunters who thronged the show flat yesterday was a sizable number of prospective buyers in their 20s, 30s and 40s. Obviously, with no restriction on age, investors will be flocking in. Back then, prices at the Hill Fort ranged from 388,000 for the 398 square feet one-bedroom unit to 648,000 for the 657 square feet 2-bedroom dual key unit. Let's take a look at its past performance. Let's dive into the profitable and unprofitable transactions. So far, there are 145 profitable and 13 unprofitable ones. Profit range from 100,000 to 220,000. Annualized return range from 2% to 5%. If we look closer, a few units were bought during COVID-19. This means they bought low, then hold for 3 years and flip. Not bad. Make a 5% annualized return in this way. For those who have kept it since day one, their annualized return is a low 2%. Not too exciting in my opinion. Coming back, if this is indeed a retirement village or just another investment product, let's take a look at the rental transactions to have a few. Based on HProp data, for the month of August to September 2024, there are 20 rental transactions. Let's average it as 10 rentals per month. This means if I multiply it by 12 months, the number of rental transactions is 120. This translates to close to 43% out of the 281 units are used as investments. This brings me to one burning question. Is the private retirement village concept in Singapore feasible? Or is it purely built for generating economic purposes? This means there's a gap here. Who should step in to fill these big shoes? In recent years, HDB has introduced 2-room flexi flats to meet the need of an aging population. Such flexi flats come with a lease from 15 to 45 years in 5 years increment. There are generally two types of flexi units, type 1 and type 2. Type 2 is slightly bigger and measure 46 square meter. The main difference lies in having a flexi space that can be used as a study or for those that need a helper. The overall size in terms of the bedrooms to living room and kitchen are also slightly larger. Here, I've left the links in the description below. You can take a look at the virtual tour all by yourself. So, how much are they selling for? Let's use the most recent BTO exercise in October for reference. Based on Fernvale Sales standard BTO flats, these are some of the artist's impression. Quite nice, right? That is why I say HDB Flats got standard. Location-wise, it's located in Fernvale in Sengkang. For type 2, they measure 49 square meter. Price range from 61,000 to 145,000. For those that come with a shorter lease, their price will be lower. HDB is really solid. Give our seniors buffet to choose from depending on their age. The chosen lease must be able to last all buyers and their spouse until at least age 95. Just to add on, HDB do up the finishing and fittings for you. From vinyl flooring in the living and bedroom to floor tiles for the bathrooms and kitchen. They are also fitted with sanitary fittings to grab baths. There is also the option component scheme. You can even pay a little more and they do up the lighting, window grills to even built-in kitchen cabinet and wardrobe. What more can you ask for? Over the years, HDB has received feedbacks from residents on the need to provide more integrated community care to our seniors who are living alone or having difficulties with day-to-day life. HDB has therefore introduced the Community Care Apartments, or CCA in short. CCA is an assisted living public housing concept designed to integrate senior-friendly living with on-site social activities and customized care services according to the individual care needs in their silver years. The CCA in the last BTO exercise will be located at Merpati Alcove. It's right next to Mata MRT station near Circuit Road Housing Estate. There will be a total of 433 units situated in one block, where residents will find furnished communal space on each floor to foster social connections, alongside a dedicated CCA activity center to enhance senior engagement and well-being. To promote active aging, elderly fitness station will be strategically placed throughout the precinct. Price-wise, they range from 68,000 to 139,000, depending on the lease. They measure 34 square meter and look like other typical flexi flats, except that there is no household shelter within each CCA. Each CCA is also fully fitted, but what is more impressive is they are fitted with senior-friendly design features that include a digital lock at the main door and a wide wheelchair-friendly main door with built-in benches beside the entrance, built-in wardrobe and cabinets for storage, and furnished kitchen, including induction hob and cooker hood, kitchen sink, and all others. All residents must subscribe to the basic service package, which include the help of a community manager who will see to the following. The above services will be provided by Alters Care, a subsidiary under MOH Holding. This means our government is backing it. How to go wrong? By the way, the basic service package has to be paid. Don't say free haul. Where got free things in Singapore? Anyway, when you sell a HDB resale flat, you all big what already. Still got access to go casino cruise every month. All this monthly payout should be small change to you. I always believe in aging in place. This is the best part of living in a familiar setting in the comfort of your own privacy. That is why it is important to write signs early. Whether to downgrade from a landed to a condo, or the condo to a HDB flat, or from a 5-room to a 3-room flat, and lastly, even from a 3-room to a 2-room flexi flat. I think there are so many options to choose from. There shouldn't be any excuse you don't know what to do. If you really don't know, maybe it's time to invite me to your house and I help you to do some right sizing. For seniors here, please plan early, especially if your health does not permit. Settle your affair in advance. Write down your legacy plan to do a lasting power of attorney and advanced care planning. I wouldn't elaborate on them too much. All the links are in the description below. In my 15 years in the trade, I've seen it all. For those who want to sell on the onset, to those in the midst of a transactions. Unfortunately, time doesn't wait for them. We are all trained to plan for ourselves from our studies to career, families, finance, and so on. How come most of us don't plan when we are about to bye-bye? Please plan early so your loved ones will be less stressed to make decisions on your behalf. Do I make sense here? Here, if you have enjoyed this video, please help me to like and share. That is all I ask for. Till we meet again.